Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today is the Children's Corner, and we're doing a Halloween special. So, Mom and Dad, get your pen and pencil ready. We're going to do something for the kids. And I got my hat on because Mr. Froggy says I got to wear a hat. Just for the special today. So we got it pretty well decorated. I don't have any pumpkins yet, but we got the spiders out. What are you gonna do? So, for Mr. Elephant and Pinkie Pie, they welcome you to the Halloween special. And Mr. Weather Tree says today is August 9th of 2023. It's Wednesday. It's 79 degrees Fahrenheit or 26 degrees Celsius at 8:30 in the evening. Today we're going to work on the Skeleton Geranium. It's a skeleton rose-scented geranium. Now this is something easy for you to do, and I want you to see this one because I think you'll like it because of the trunk it's developing. So let me get my pot out of the way here because we're going to really have to root rake underwater because this is our skeleton geranium. And of course, I'm going to get this here so we can put our cuttings in there. And we got our dish over here. Now this I found at Ted's greenhouse. I wanted something for the kids so they can have something a little spooky. And the reason why I think it's called a skeleton geranium, because you can see the bones on it. You can see the bones. Look at that. So first thing we're going to do before we do any root raking or anything, we are going to cut off all the dead stuff. So let me take all this dead leaves off. So it's been growing pretty good. So it's a soft tissue we're cutting into, so I don't need nothing heavy to cut it with. I could use my ironwood tools, but on this little one it's soft. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to see it's a triple trunk. I'm going to keep the triple trunk, plus we got a couple of more branches down here. So what's a skeleton without bones? So we're going to keep the bones on there. We're just going to cut it back a little bit to about here. So what I do is I take the scissors, Mom and Dad, and once I come down real gently and the leaves stop it, I cut it. And then I'm going to cut this one back so it's a little bit higher up. And see where the leaves hit. I can come back a little bit to here. See where the leaves stop it? The bones stop it, and cut it there. And then this one, the bones are going to stop it. Come down, the bones stop it, and cut it. Now right now, I'm going to stick it in some water for the time being. I didn't make my frog yet. I lost it someplace. I don't know what I did with it. I got to make another one. And we're going to put these into the water because I got some pots where we can transplant it, and I wish you can smell it. Man, it's got a nice smell. So we're going to stick that in there into the water. Just like that. We got it into our little old fish food container. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, so you can see it and do it with the kids, because this will be easy for the kids to do if you do it underwater, because they'll be able to take off the soil with ease without struggling with it. So let's get this over here so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Now all we're going to do is squeeze this out. And you can see all the roots. I soaked it real good to get the air bubbles out, so it's going to be easier to take apart, hopefully. So what I'll do is I'll put some more water in there so I can get it above the root ball. Well, or even with the root ball. Doesn't really make a Bit of a difference, but I use my old steak fork and just start teasing it. All I'm going to use is a standard mix. Now this is going to be a tough one to go, so I'm just going to go in and pull back, in and pull back. Let's see if you can see it better. I'll have to work with the left hand. In and pull it back because it's really congested in there. There we go. We want to get these roots out of there. You can hear the crunch of the soil in there. But this thing is really, really root bound in this pot. I think I left it in there too long, but I left it in there because I wanted to do the special so you can get it ready for Halloween. Something different for the kids. I'm not good left-handed, so we're just going to stick it and let's see if I can go this way. And just dig, 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 get that loose, get that loose. We gotta fire it in, fire it in, fire it into that soil. Fire it in, we gotta loosen it up, fire it in, fire it in. We gotta fire it in, we gotta get that soil off. Just fire it in, fire it in. Don't be afraid, let the kids do it, but use a bamboo skewer. Or not a chapstick, let the kids do it with a chapstick. But you can do it on any geranium, something for them to start to goof around with. And it's easy for them to do. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but this thing is really, really congested there. So what I think I'm going to do is take my shears and I'm going to cut some of this heavy congestion off the bottom. It's good and wet. At the same time, you're cutting through some rocks. Well, that's why I got these scissors marked in blue, because they're for the roots, and then I'll come back later and sharpen them up a little bit. But now it's going to be a little bit easier, I think, to get this all out. Oh, this cord is getting tangled. And we'll just get it out. Just tease it out, tease it out, tease it out. Fire that fork in there, or if you're using a chopstick, fire it in. Now this is still in its what do you call it, starting plug. So it's really, really, really something to pull out. And now the bottom here, the bottom has something thicker. I don't know if the stem is all the way down, but we're gonna just dig it out, dig it out, dig it out. Fire it, fire it in, fire it in. Fire your chopstick in or your fork in there and just fire it in, fire it in. Fire it in. We gotta loosen up that soil, get the roots loose. And I think we got a lot of it out. It's a little bit congested, so we're gonna have to spread the roots, spread the roots. Now, this is hard like a rock right here. Right there. You can see it, this is where the cutting took. Right about there. So I'm going to have to take my ironwood tool to cut it. And I'll have to sharpen it. But I'm just going to go down. There we go. We cut it back. Cut it back. There we go. And we're going to pull the roots out of the root ball. We got to spread them out, see how they look. Don't be afraid. There we go. Pull them out. You can see this root here is a kukuriku root. A kukuriku root. It really is tough, and it's really pulling around there. That's why I couldn't get the soil out. Look at how it's tangled into that massive root ball. Let's see if we can get more out. Now you can see here is where the stem started going. So we're going to have to use that as a root base because I don't want to cut any more off. Let's see what the top root is like. We just got to get this all pulled out. Pull it out, pull it out. Fire your chopstick or your... Now let's use a chopstick. I'm talking about chopsticks. And just get it in there, fire it in, get all them roots. Smooth it out. Smooth it out, bad English, huh? What are you going to do? There you go. There you go. There. Nice. Sometimes you got to be a little bit aggressive. So if you get a tight one like this, you do it, and then the kids can go after it. So now, we got a root sticking straight up. Well, we can't have a straight up root. So, we're going to cut that one off to here. This one's coming up, so we got this one coming up, but we can probably put it down. They're very congested around here. This one we don't need. It's too going straight up into the air. Let's see now. Okay, let's cut some of these that are hanging. Now these are up, and we can always put them down like that because there's not enough on there. But you can see how it started to root all the way down into the soil like that. But there's where the roots took off. So a little bit congested, but I don't want to do nothing to it yet. We'll do something later in the spring because half the season's gone. Yep, we got to start getting ready. Winter's fast approaching. So let's get them in there. I think we can get this one root that's coming straight up out. This one that's going straight down out. Curlicue out. And I think we can just stretch these out the best we can. So we're going to let that sit there. I'll get my pot out of the way. Yes, Mr. Frog, I got your hat on. You got to make it fun for the kids. So now I got just this pot here. I know it's got the screen in there, but I just put another one in there with a finer mesh. That's from Yarnology. It's a number 7. And here's the mix. I put in some worm castings into here. And I am all discombobulated here. I mean, I'm stepping all over the court. I thought I had it all tucked in right. I guess not. Good grief. Well, let's put it out of the way and through my belt. And get this out of the way. So, let me show you what the soil looks like. And we got our mikus ready. Now, if you don't have mikus, don't worry about it. But there's our soil mix. Nice drainage. And all I'm going to do is tap it down, tap it down. And get my spray bottle and wet the bottom part of it down. There we go. And now we're going to make a mound in the middle so we can put our root mass there. And now, yes, I brought paper towels. I know you can wipe them in your pants, but today I got paper towels. We don't want to give the kids bad habits. Only us. So let me get the mikus. Open it up. And Tom, you're all discombobulated here. Well, that's all right. I'll take it, open it, and I'm going to get a nice, about a half a spoonful. Let me put this on the side so I don't wet it. Shake it off real good, shake it off. And then I'm going to put all the mikus all over the roots. And yes, there's a lot of stuff here that we got to move over. I don't want to get this wet. Well, that's why God made shirts. If it's wet, you wipe it off in your shirt. What the heck? But kids don't do it because Mom will get mad. So, we're going to spread the roots out. Something like that. Get this in there. Get our roots in real nice. I got it off to the side. A little bit like that because we want this as the front. Put that in. Get our mix in there. And then we're going to take our skewer and fire it in, fire it in, fire it in. Don't be afraid to fire it in. We got to get all that soil into all the air pockets out of the root ball there. Just fire it in, fire it in. Don't be afraid. Fire it in, fire it in. There we go. We're just going to fire it in. And we got a surprise that we're going to stick in it on the soil here. I got a couple of statues that I think is appropriate for the season. So once we get this all set up, let me get my little cup. Just put it in. Put it in. Take my spoon. Mr. Spoon. Put Mr. Spoon in there. And that's our front. Even though you got this growing here, that's all right. I want this thing to grow and get some vigor. And you can see how nice and brown the trunk is. So you don't have to buy nothing expensive. I mean, if you're just starting out, start out with a geranium. It's easy and fun to do, and it'll survive during the winter. You got a nice sunny window, put it in there. You can see there's some movement down here with a curve here, but we can correct that for the next potting next year. But right now, we're just doing this for the kids. And we're going to put it this way. Make sure it's in real good. And then I mixed up a 50-50 mix of sand and peat. So we can lay it down as our base layer here. I mean our top layer. That was the dryer. Clothes are done. There we go. Just like that. Give it a nice little tap. It would be good if I keep this out of your way. There we go. And you can always see if your nursery has it. If not, just get a regular geranium and do it for the kids. But I figured this skeleton geranium would be something nifty for the kids to see. So we got that over there. And let's see. Okay, wipe them in the pants. Sometimes the paper towel doesn't work real good, and then I'll wipe it in the shirt to make sure everything's off. I'll put in the spoon in my miku so I don't get it wet. Close it, and then get the air out. Close it tight. Now remember, if you don't have mikus, don't worry about it. Then we're going to take our spray bottle, because with the peat moss not being dry, well, I mean it's being dry, we want to get the surface tension out before we use Mr. Elephant to water it in. And yes, Mr. Elephant, he says hello to Freddie, Mia, Emily, and Theodore. So here we go. Water it in, water it in. Let the kids do it. Let them water it. Let them water it. There we go. And now, let's put it in, put it in. Now we're going to get our statues. I got a couple of little ones here. I think the kids will enjoy it. Because we got Frankenstein. Frankenstein. So put it like that. Let's see, where did I got there? Here he is. Frankenstein's going to be taking his wheelbarrow home. I can get it in there pretty good. He's got his pumpkin from his pumpkin patch in the back. Just like that. And of course it's not Halloween without a caution witches crossing. Something different for the kids. There you go. So don't be afraid to give it a try. And today is Wednesday, so today on Wednesday I try to put on a good half-hour show of Gene Autry or Roy Rogers and Dale Evans or Hopalong Cassidy, because back then they taught kids values. Especially good old Hoppy. So there we go. Let me hold it up so you can see it. There's our Skeleton Geranium with Frankenstein moving his pumpkins into to eat for later on. So something a little bit different for the kids to do. So don't be afraid to try it. So my name's Tom Novak. Enjoy a cup of tea, old time radio show with Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, and Dale Evans. Or Hopalong Cassidy. Take care, everybody, and have a good night.